Section 6 has a practice midterm skills exam. So go under lectures and lessons, section 6, and view the midterm practice. This could be completed on CentOS or Ubuntu. You'll want to take a snapshot before that you start to practice so that you could revert and do it several times. You should try to complete this without watching the video. So I'll give you time to go ahead and pause the video and then try the midterm, and then you can watch the solution. I'm going to use CentOS to complete this. So I'll bring up my CentOS 7. I'll switch to TTY2 and log in as root. The directions tell me to create a folder called practice under the root home folder under /. So I'm going to make directory and put /practice. Missing the / will create practice under /root instead of /. So that will mess you up on the midterm and final if you do not pay attention to where the directories are supposed to be located. So I'll make directory practice. Now I need to create 3 subdirectories inside of it. The easiest way to do that now is to simply hit the up arrow key and put a /HR. So I know that HR is going to be created inside of practice. I can then hit the up arrow key and create the data directory and the backup directory. Now I'll change into the practice folder, cd space /practice. Type pwd and just verify that I am under /practice and it doesn't show up as /root /practice. So the most common error I find is users do practice without the /. And now they're in the wrong directory. Notice /root /practice. So that's a common mistake to be made. I'm going to go ahead and remove my mistake and change back into the correct practice directory. So here I can see I have backup, data, and HR. I now need to create a handbook.txt file inside of the HR directory. So we'll use the VI editor to create the handbook.txt. But first, I need to go inside the HR directory. So I'll use cd space HR, enter, type pwd just to make sure I'm in the correct folder. And then I'll use vi space handbook.txt. Hit enter. I get into the editor. I'll use I to go in insert mode and enter all of the text. Once the text is entered, save the file. Use your escape key to get into command mode. Do your :WQ. I'm going to do ls to verify that the file is created. I can also use the cat command to verify handbook.txt is created and has the text inside of it. Next, I need to make sure that the owner has read and write permission, the group has read only, and other users have read only. We'll look at the current permissions on handbook.txt. The permissions are already set correctly. As a chmod 644. So by default, logging in as the root account. They were pre-created, preset, so I don't need to make any changes to the handbook. Now I need to create a database text file in the data folder. So cd space /data, or I could also do cd /practice /data. Change into the data directory. Now using the VI editor, we'll create database and enter the following text. Once the text is entered, do the same, escape, :WQ to write and quit. This permission needs to be set to where the owner has read and write, other people or group has read and write, and others have no permission. So if I look at the current permissions, they are not set correctly. I have to use the chmod command. Read and write. Remember, read is 4, write's 2, executes 1. So read and write combined is 4 and 2, so that's a 6. The group needs read and write, so that is a 6. And no permission is 0. Turn them all off for other people on the system. So it's user, group, and other. Specify the file name. Verify the permissions. With the ls-l command, here I have read and write for the owner or user account, read and write for the group account, and there's dashes for other people on the system. Now I need to copy the handbook.txt file and database text file into the backup folder. I'm going to change into the backup folder, and then I'm going to use the cp command and tell it to go into the data folder, grab the database folder, and copy it here with a period. There's several different ways that you could copy stuff. I'm going to use the relative paths to the files and say copy them here. So that's what the period is. Since I'm in the backup folder, I want them to be copied here. I'll look. Both files are inside the backup folder. Now it wants me to rename each file. So I'm going to rename the database text file to database.bak so I know that it's a backup. I'll do the same for handbook. When I view, I see both files have been changed. Now for one of the most missed options on the midterm is a symbolic link. Create a symbolic link inside the practice directory that points to the handbook text file. So I will change into the practice directory. This is where the symbolic link is going to be created, so go to that directory, use the ln-s command. The path to the handbook text file. I'm going to use a dot to say create the symbolic link here with the same name as the file. My ls-l is going to show me that the handbook is cyan in color and it points to the correct file. If you have red in color, you have pointed it to the wrong location or mistyped a directory name or file name. Some questions. How much space does the root partition have left? I use the df command for disk free with -h to view that information. I look for the / and I look for how much is available. So the available column shows me 24 gigabytes is left. So I'd type or write down 24G. Make sure you bring a pen or pencil to the midterm exam. And then to command prompt. What commands could you use to view the handbook.txt file? Well, you could use less. You could use cat. You could use the VI editor. And there's several other commands that you can use. As long as you list at least one or more commands that are appropriate for viewing the handbook text file, that would show it on the screen, you'll get credit. I'll probably have a second midterm practice for week 7.